Okay, so you've got a business idea. Awesome. But hang on. Before you sink a single dollar or even a weekend into building it, what if I told you that you could figure out if it's a winner or a total dud in just 1 hour? Yeah, seriously. We're going to dive into a framework that does exactly that. Think of it as a 60-minute gauntlet for your idea, designed to give you a crystal clear go or no-go decision at the end.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? This is the absolute core fear of every founder. Pouring your heart, your soul, your money into something, only to launch to the sound of, well, crickets. It's just the worst. And this quote nails the #1 mistake people make. Building first, asking questions later. We're here to make sure you get applause from customers, not, paramedics. But here's the thing, and this is really important. When an idea fails, it's almost never about the founder. It's about the assumptions you made. Assuming the pain is real enough, or that the market isn't totally saturated, or that people actually understand your offer. So, validation, it's really just the process of shining a super bright flashlight on all those dark, scary unknowns before they have a chance to sink your ship. Okay, so this brings us to a huge distinction. We need to be super clear on what validation is and what it isn't. It is not asking your friends and family if they like your idea. I mean, come on, of course they're going to say they love it. Real validation is about collecting cold, hard evidence. You need to put on your detective hat. You're hunting for one specific clue and one clue only. Proof that people are already spending money to solve this exact problem.
So, the big question is, how do we find that proof? And fast. Well, welcome to the 60-minute Idea Gauntlet. I love this name. Think of it as an intense, totally focused sprint designed to really stress test your idea. It's all about forcing a clear decision. This is your blueprint for getting from that dreamy what-if phase to a concrete, okay, what's next?
All right, here's the map for the next hour. It's broken down into really clear chunks. We're going to kick things off by defining the decision we need to make. Then, it's a series of 15-minute sprints, one for the problem, one for the solution, and one for the market and competition. And in the final 10 minutes, that's where the magic happens. We use a scorecard to get a clear verdict. It's fast, it's focused, and trust me, it's incredibly effective.
Okay, you ready? Let's get into the playbook itself. We're going to run through each phase of the gauntlet, and I'll show you exactly what you should be looking for. And the best part? We'll even look at some super specific AI prompts you can use to get these answers like lightning fast.
First up, problem validation. Now the mantra here is you are hunting for signals, not vibes. The big question you have to answer is this pain you're trying to solve so real, so urgent that people are actively paying money to agencies, to freelancers, for software to make it go away right now? If you can't find evidence that people are already spending money, that is a massive red flag.
And look, you can find this proof so fast with a really smart, targeted AI prompt like this one. See how it's not asking for opinions or theories? It's asking for evidence, and specifically what solutions people are buying today. This is your shortcut. This is how you cut right through all the noise and get straight to the real signals.
All right, so once you have some solid proof the problem is real, we move on to solution validation. And listen closely, because the goal here is not to be better in some vague way. The goal is to be easier to choose. That's it. Is your solution maybe faster, more specialized for a specific person, or just packaged in a way that makes more sense? And critically, can you actually deliver this thing and make money doing it?
And guess what? We can use another targeted prompt to get clarity here. Look at this one. It forces you to think about that sweet spot where value, price, and your own time all meet. Because let's be real, a great idea isn't so great if it's super valuable for the customer, but it runs you into the ground for pennies. Profitability has to be baked in from day one.
Okay, on to phase 3, the market and competition check. Now, a lot of people see a crowded market and they panic. They think, oh no, too much competition. But you have to flip that thinking. A crowded market is often just proof that there's real demand. So the game isn't to avoid competition, it's to find your unique entry point, your wedge. Think of it like finding a small crack in a wall that you can slip through and start to dominate.
And this prompt is just a perfect example of how to think about that wedge. Instead of this huge, vague idea of serving local businesses, it forces you to think way, way smaller. Could you be the absolute go-to person for dentists? Or for HVAC companies? When you're just starting out, specialization is your superpower, period.
Okay, we've gathered all our intel on the problem, the solution, and the market. Now, it's the moment of truth. This is where we have to take off our passionate founder hat and put on our cold, calculating investor hat. It's time to make the call.
And the way we do that is with something called the validation scorecard. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful tool. Its whole purpose is to take all the emotion, all the gut feelings, and just push them to the side. It forces you to look at your idea objectively, based only on the evidence you just spent the last hour gathering.
So here are the 7 criteria you'll score. Each one gets a rating from 1 to 5. Simple stuff, right? Like, how intense is the pain? Do the buyers actually have a budget? Can you even reach these people? How clear is your unique angle? The key here, and I'm going to say it again, is you are scoring the business potential, not how much you personally love the idea.
So, let's look at the case study we've been following, that AI content plan for local businesses. After going through the gauntlet, it scored a 24 out of a possible 35. Okay, so what does a 24 actually mean? Well, a score in that range between 20 and 27 is what we call a go with constraints. And honestly, this is a fantastic outcome. It means the core idea has real potential, but it just needs a few tweaks to really work. It's not a no, it's a yes, but. For this specific idea, the but was clear. You have to niche down to just one industry, and you either got to raise the price or make the deliverable smaller to protect your profit.
Getting a go verdict is awesome. It's super exciting, but it means absolutely nothing without action. So the final piece of this whole puzzle isn't just making a decision. It's having a dead simple, concrete plan for exactly what you're going to do in the next 7 days.
And the plan could not be simpler. Days 1 and 2, you nail down your offer and put it on a single page. That's it. Days 3 and 4, you get out of your head, get out of the building, and you go have 10 real conversations with real potential customers. And then, by the end of the week, you are actively trying to sell. A pilot, a pre-sale, something. This is how you turn that validation into real momentum.
And as you start that 7-day sprint, please remember this quote. Do not waste a single second on logos or fancy websites or business cards. None of that matters right now. All of your energy, 100% of it, should be focused on the offer. Because a powerful offer makes everything else fall into place.
So there you have it, a complete system for taking an idea from just a thought in your head to a clear, evidence-based go or no-go decision all in 1 hour. And you walk away with a clear action plan for the week ahead. So I guess the only question left to ask is your idea ready to run the gauntlet?